going on, everybody? Today I have a package all the way from Pennsylvania. I believe it's not the poison colorway. What colorway is that? I can't remember. An Etha. Planet Eclipse Etha. Good looking gun. I've always liked their color kits for their lower end guns. Customer said this was pretty beat up, but visually from the outside it's not looking bad at all. So before we get started into the reg rebuild, I just want to go over everything that I did with the gun. I went through the bolt kit, made sure everything was lubed and operating correctly. The eye covers were stuck. I removed those, checked the detents, cleaned the eyes, took the feed neck off, cleaned that portion. I redid the regulator, as you'll see here, checked out the oops, and reset the board. As I mentioned, I will need to replace the reg seat, so I'm actually going to show how to do this today. I've got a picture of what the reg looked like when it was incorrectly assembled, so I'll show that about halfway through, and I'm going to show you how to break down the reg, replace the seat, and get it all lubed up. What you need to do is get this barrel off of here. I'm impressed with this gun, I'm going to say. Let's get this out of here. I like the ergos. It's very quiet. There's been a lot of complaints on the grips from various people, how hard they are, that they're panels, they're not full wraparounds, but when you're playing, none of that matters. Unless it's obviously uncomfortable, which these are not. So let's get this removed from the body here. Set the gun off to the side. So we're left with a couple of parts here. We've got the body, the bonnet, the swivel bonnet, and the end cap here. We're gonna remove the top body here. The spring falls out, and then the piston is also housed in there, which we'll need to remove. Yeah, your reg shouldn't be that dirty. Next we need to pop this color off. It just comes out of there like that. Set that off to the side. And our reg seat is going to go in the base here. So to get that out, you have to drive this all the way up and through till it comes out the top. Down there. Okay, right there. Couple O-rings on there. Clean up the body of that guy. You'll want to get a second O-ring, second Allen key through the center, like that. And the other one goes in the adjustment piece there. And you pop that open. And there is your exit. So I'm going to take a Q-tip, clean out the interior portion, any excess debris. There's an O-ring inside here that needs to be serviced. Needs some lube. Replace our reg seat. This just comes off here. There is a spring and plastic piece that you do not want to lose. And that goes below the reg seat. So let's set this old guy off to the side. Got our new reg seat. These are reversible. The one that was in there had one really bad side and the other side was already pretty chewed up, so getting a new one. I'm going to install the plastic portion on the reg seat before I put it in the housing. Careful not to damage it at all. And we're ready to reassemble and lube. Just got our Dow 33 here, nothing special. Let's get a nice coating on there. We're going to need to put some on a Q-tip to get it inside the assembly. Careful not to leave any fibers behind. That will also get lubed by putting lube on the piston itself. That guy's ready. Let's wipe off our piston here. And the lower portion. Some lube on the bottom over. Piston nice and lubed up. Light coating. Not too much, not too little. Reassemble. When you reassemble these parts, especially this one, don't crank it down too tight, please. There's a soft fuzz in there I needed to get out. so the body can contact. Let's lube this stem here as well, so that portion can get good seal. And that's your piston assembly. So let's go ahead and clean out the body. My handy squeegee that I love so much. The collar. And let's reassemble. Piston goes in the top, sticking out the bottom. There's a wider section in the top where that piston O-ring seals. It won't go in the smaller section. Let's get some cleaner in this adjuster section. This is where a lot of dirt is going to want to settle if you get down in there. Clean it out. Need to relube these two O-rings for the collar to spin freely and nicely. And I'll put the collar back on. Insert the adjuster side down in, and then we are going to take our Allen key and back it out, paying careful attention. This is one of the things that was wrong when I got it. This O-ring had folded up and was not sitting past the seat, and I believe that's because it was aired up, while this adjuster was way too far in the reg body. So it was purging air when I got it, and this collar wouldn't sit right, and yeah, so when this goes back into the lower portion of the housing here, make sure that it sits nicely, that O-ring goes all the way in with it. And we're going to return this to about where it was. Making sure our stem, this face doesn't cut the O-rings, especially that one inside that brass body there, as we reinstall. But don't forget your spring. That's it. Let's reinstall it on our body. When this gun came out, it was pretty fantastic. It had a bunch of features that none of the guns at that price range had. But right now, to go out and buy I believe they still sell the Etha LT. I would save up the money and go with just the regular Etha. I think that would be a better price point. But for what you get in this package, it's in my opinion worth it. If you can get it on the cheap in the used section, or if you still got one, it's still very competitive. It's got a wonderful ASA. It's got a great regulator. The bolt with the new springless poppet is quite well. Does quite well, and you have a nice clamping adjustable feed neck. So combine that with their barrel system. All their barrels have the same interior finish. It's just the milling they change on the outside. So this is a quality barrel, and you have a great package. So get up there, play paintball. More importantly, take care of your gear, so it'll take care of you on the field. See you guys in the next one.